Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Shauna. I am a New York City based fashion model and makeup lover. It is the day after the inauguration and honestly I'm more excited about it than I thought I would be. Biden was not at all my first choice and I still definitely have some reservations and I think that we cannot be complacent. However, with that said, I am very excited that he has already put into action certain plans. The Muslim ban has been removed, which is amazing, and that should never have been in effect in the first place. We are now part of the Paris Agreement, which is part of a climate initiative to try to reduce climate change, basically. And there are a number of other things that, unfortunately, the previous alleged president put into effect that he has rolled back, which is amazing. And I hope that we continue to see this kind of action. If we do, then I will be more than happy with this presidency. And I am definitely, of course, happy about representation, inclusivity. It's amazing to finally see a woman vice president. And yeah, and I have had reservations about Kamala too, but again, I am all about giving people another chance. And if they do what we need to push this country forward, then they have my full support. So anyway, with that said, today is, my channel is about makeup, but I always want to be honest and open about things. I'm not a kind of person to shy away from topics that brands may not want you to be talking about, to be perfectly honest. That's not who I am. That's not how I am when modeling, and maybe that's part of why I haven't gone as far as I would like to with modeling, but I'm gonna do things the way that is right for me, and that includes speaking my mind. So with that said, today I am going to be testing out the new Nomad Iceland palette. It looks like this. It's the Fire and Ice palette. It's primarily a cool tone palette, but it has a few warm tone shades, as you can see. Today I'm not sure if I'm going to pull any of the warm tones in. Maybe this one or this one perhaps, but I'm definitely focused on a more cool tone look. I want to use as many shades as possible. This is the road that appeals to me the absolute most, but I mean, honestly, there's not really, I mean, if I had to pick a road that I'm not as into, it would be this road, just because, whoops, I got touched a little of that. It's a little more muted, and I'm all about color if you've watched some of my other videos. But yeah, it's a beautifully curated palette, and I was super excited when they first announced this. So yeah, I received it yesterday, and I can't wait to get into it. And I also just wanted to show, they always throw in these little postcards because Nomad is a destination-based brand, and they always have like a little write-up about how they came about putting together the palette and the destination and what it represents. And then they always put a handwritten note with it as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. First, I'm starting out with the shade Frig, which is kind of a seafoam light green shade, and I'm placing that in and slightly above the crease with a fluffy brush. I apologize if I get the pronunciations wrong for some of these. I am not familiar with how some of these are pronounced. I think this is Niflheim, and this is a dark blue matte shade, and I'm placing this in the outer V and pulling it in, I would say about halfway through the lower crease as well. At this point, I did begin to bring it down to below the eye as well. And to begin the work on the lid, I am taking the shade Valkyries on a flat brush and placing this on the outer section of the lid. And this is like a purplish blue metallic shade. Next, in the center of the lid, I'm taking the shade Alzheimer, and this is kind of a purple with a pink shift metallic color. And for the final shade on the lid, on the inner section, I'm taking the shade Northern Lights, which is a vibrant green metallic shade. I basically wanted to create kind of an Aurora Borealis effect on the lid. And to start the work underneath the eye, I'm taking the shade Hell, which is a metallic mid-tone to dark red. And next, I'm going in with the shade Elves, which is a metallic green shade. And now for the inner eye highlight color, I'm taking the shade River Glacier, which is a very icy blue shade, and I also am going to use this as the brow highlight color. At this point I realized I had a little fallout, so I'm just going in with concealer and cleaning that up. And now I'm going in with the House Labs Gel Identify Pencil in the shade Blade. I am curling my lashes and then going in with the Kush Mascara by Milk Makeup as usual. Since this is a more cool tone look, I didn't want to add too much bronzer, but I did add a little bit of the Shady Biz Fenty Sunstalker bronzer. For blush, I am going in with Double Down Cosmetics The Cosmic, which is a pink shade. And this is a very pigmented blush, so I definitely recommend going in a little bit at a time. And for highlighter, I am using the Light Highlighter by Double Down in collaboration with Medea J. And this honestly has become my favorite highlighter. And now for the lips, I am taking the Pacifica Beauty Glow Stick Lip Oil in the shade Pink Sheer. Look, it's definitely much more on the icy side as I had planned, and I had a lot of fun playing with this palette. I think that, as I said in the beginning, the color story is really beautiful. It really speaks to me, and it has a nice mix of tones. You definitely have some lighter mid-tone and even like a couple darker shades. And yeah, I think it's beautiful, and it was a nice touch to throw in the three warmer tones into it. And I would say that they all perform pretty well. The only one I had a little bit of trouble building up with is this shade Frig in the top corner. But I think I mentioned this in a previous tutorial, like those light kind of seafoam green colors are harder to formulate anyway. But it did build up fairly nicely, and everything definitely blended well together. I did notice after I was done with my eyes that I had a little bit of fallout, but with just a little bit of concealer and my beauty sponge, I was able to easily clean that up. So that's not a huge deal to me, especially since the shadows do perform well. And yeah, I used 8 out of the 15 shades. And I definitely look forward to playing with it more, using some of the warm tones as well. I did end up showing, using this shade, I think it's Hell here. It's a beautiful shade, I put that underneath. But yeah, I'm happy with this look, and I know exactly what I'm gonna wear. And so yeah, just stay tuned for a few more seconds to see the photos for the full fashion look that I put together. And I hope you're all doing well wherever you are, well, as well as we can be right now. And I definitely hope that you are healthy and safe. And if you like this kind of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, stay safe and stay well. Bye.